start?
I just started. Yes.
We could use some tokens for ourselves so we can move around.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So sorry, we do just started. So that's going to be the first thing on the stream. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Adventure on so many levels. Tonight we're playing a game called Greetings from Blank. It is. I'll let Nobilis introduce the game a bit more in a moment. We usually play Root on Saturday nights, but tonight we're playing this instead, and we're hitting the ground running a little bit. But I'm Christiana Ellis. Our players tonight with me are Nobilis,
Hello.
David Archambault,
Hi.
and Paul Weimer.
Hi.
Without further ado, Nobilis, tell us a little bit about how you found this game and what it's all about.
Okay. Well, I've always been a big fan of cooperative creative games. Uh, uh, Various games where people contribute to make like a thing. There's one that I remember from way back where people write articles for an encyclopedia as if they were fictional scholars who have a bit of snark for each other, and so you make a kind of a scholar, and then you take turns writing articles for the different letters about a fictional world. And I've played that twice, and it's been a lot of fun. And when I contributed to the recent charity bundle for trans rights in Texas, a nifty little game called Greetings from Blank came as part of it. And I looked at it and I said, oh my God, this is absolutely my jam. I want to play this right away. And when Christiana said, oh, hey, we need to fill in for something this week, I said, oh, please, let's play Greetings from. I've never played this before. I don't know how it goes. We're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. So we have, as you see, a 6x6 grid. This is a map that we are going to cooperatively explore. We start off by rolling d6 twice and using those numbers as the coordinates to place ourselves on the grid. And then once we play, we go around the table. Your first you move, you roll a d6 and roll and go in direction 1, 2, 3, 4 is north, east, south, and west. And then 5 means that you go
In the same direction you did last turn.
in the same direction you did last turn. Yep, I am looking for that. And yeah. So, anyways, oh yeah, move the same direction, and on a 6 you move a direction whichever direction you wish. There's a table on the right side for that. No, when you move into a spot, if it doesn't already have 2 features, you roll 2d6 and consult the feature table to find out what's there. And then you write a few sentences to describe what's there, draw in a symbol or something for what it is that you found. And we basically keep going until either one of each feature is on the map, all the descriptors are used, or every square is covered, or when we all decide it's just time to stop. I like the alternate interconnected rules where you kind of have to fit what you're adding into what's already on the map. Yeah, it's really simple that way, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes.
Yeah, sounds good. So you mentioned tokens. So here's the first question. How about this? As each person rolls and it's time to put them on the map, we can. I have a selection of tokens from various other Roll20 games that I've played, and give me give me a sort of general category, and I'll pick something for everyone. So, would you like to begin, Nobilis, by rolling
I
2d6?
Sure. I got a 6 and a 5, so that's going to put me down in the lower right-hand corner over here.
Yeah. All right. So what
And,
kind of token are you thinking?
I want somebody who's looks like an adventurer, someone who's going out and looking for things,
Okay.
because I have a theme in mind for my descriptions.
All right, cool. So let's see. How about this? I've got a couple of um, token packs. Um, these are not loading very quickly for me right now. How about this half-elf token?
That sounds just fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna make him a little smaller just so that he's
Right, so we
not
have room.
gonna
Yeah,
cover up the whole
Yep,
square.
that sounds just fine.
Okay. So next up, let's. Paul, would you like to roll?
Yes, certainly. And I have a 5 and a 4, so that
Okay.
puts me right next to Nobilis.
All right. What kind of token are you imagining? It doesn't have to be a person. It can be anything.
If you got a Dragonborn handy, that would be perfect, because
Oh.
a certain Dragonborn who was a character on this channel did like to wander the world, so
Mhm.
kind of be appropriate.
Well, I could. Well, let's see. I don't think
If
I
you
have
got
it.
you Ally handy, it could be any Dragonborn if you don't have Ally handy.
Yeah. Let's see. Do I? No, I don't in this.
Yeah, just give me a generic one then, if it's
Yeah.
handy.
All right.
He's not the only Dragonborn I've played, after all.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Dragonborn. Wow, so there's some are loading pretty quickly. All right. How about?
That'll work.
It's not even popped up on my screen. There you go. Okay. All right. And once again, I'll make just the little version of him to not cover up what we're going to draw on the map. Okay, David.
5 and a 2, so it's 2 above Nobilis. Right there. And I would like someone that looks lost.
Okay.
It's a different game.
I actually, I had just found as I was looking through some of this, half orc looking a little bit perplexed. So perhaps that's that one works.
Mhm.
Like that one.
Sure.
Sure. Was that the right square? Which was it?
Yep, that's the right square.
Okay. Oh. Oh, here I should make it so you can each move your own tokens.
And then you need one.
Yes, I was just thinking.
Last and
about-
not least,
Yeah. Okay. All right, and then so I roll 2d6 as well. 6 and 4. So wow, we're all kind of
We are
starting relatively
clustered.
clustered
Yes.
together. That's interesting.
That's not a problem. That's
No,
not a
it's not.
problem.
I'm just fascinated.
yeah,
Here,
we like
I've
it
got
'cause-
a nice lady dwarf here who reminds me of my my Grey Warden character from Dragon Age Origins.
There you go.
Okay, so now that we've all got our tokens and our starting locations, would you like to go first, Nobilis?
I can absolutely go first.
Okay.
So I'll roll my movement die first. And I got a 5, which means that I go in the same direction I did last turn, which is not at all.
Well,
So,
I'd
you know
say
what?
roll again for that one,
Okay. I was thinking of just doing the
or do any direction you want.
or just do the space I'm in, because
Oh yeah, that works too.
okay.
That makes sense.
And my a swamp, marsh, fen, or tundra.
Mhm.
So I think that a swamp is a really good place to start. So I'm going to draw some water
So if you're
and
using the freehand tool, if you set it to thin, you can draw finer lines
oh right, yes. Okay, there we go.
if you want.
Uh,
Draw it
yeah.
however you like. Part of the fun of this game is that the drawings are all not going to necessarily be high art. That's part of the goofiness is that we're doing our best with tools that are, you know, complex or
So
or
this is a swamp and it is
yeah.
in 6,5. So I'm going to edit our document
Mhm.
to say found myself in the inhospitable swamp of Ugramok. There are a disturbing clumps of vegetation here and there, but most of this place is mud. There are no pies here, as far as I can tell.
Always got to be on the lookout.
And that is that zone.
Okay. So inhospitable was the descriptor you took from the description category or the list.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
that's the word you use.
Because we take a, yep.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to cross out that one in our list. Yeah, and there we go. That is my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Paul. how
Okay.
about-
And I got a 6. I get to pick any direction I choose.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to. Can't grab my token apparently.
No.
Hello.
Well, you have to-
Because I
That's
the
okay.
wrong thing. Because I have the drawing thing instead. That's
Mhm.
why.
That's why, yes.
How can I erase that?
Well, you can grab it with your arrow token and delete it like that.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go here. Now I'm going to roll 2d6 and find out what I'm adding to the map.
Mhm.
That is an 8, and an 8 is a body of water. Okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe I should have kept the river after all, because I think I'm going to go with a river.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a snaky river. It goes like that. And so this is what square am I? I'm in 4-4.
Mhm.
So let's see, I need a let's pick a word and
Mhm.
okay, so I'm gonna go with verdant. And we'll go with a verdant river, old with age, winds across the landscape. Ducks and other waterfowl fill the ears with their quacking conversations. And there you have it.
Oh, you need to
Nice.
cross out. You need to cross
Oh,
out.
I know,
the-
cross that. Thank you. Need to
Mhm.
cross it out. All right.
Since you chose verdant, do you want to draw some greenery?
Yeah, I
with
should
it
draw
too?
some greenery. I'm not the world's greatest drawer.
Well,
but-
like I said, that's kind of
Yeah,
the whole
it's
thing.
like
Is
a-
that
That's part of the fun.
That's
we're
part of the
using
fun.
imprecise tools, and we're going to all laugh with each other as the drawings look a little silly.
And don't fill it up too much because remember
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
a second.
Yeah, so
feature
two
might
big
show up.
trees. Yeah, two big trees are there. Yeah, that's the verdant.
Okay.
So there's room here around here. and not where my token
Right.
is to do
Mhm.
other things.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So then it's David's turn. If I could get back on my square, there we go.
Alright, so I got a 2. That means east. And what do I find there? A 9, which is a place where people live.
Okay.
Okay. And this is 6, 2.
Yeah, maybe if I zoomed in, I would get smaller things. I'm not looking at too.
Bearings. I let's see. Stumble into a quaint village. I'm not sure, but I don't think that I can replace any of my spell components here.
okay. Did you choose the descriptor? What-
Quaint,
Quaint.
right? Yep.
Quaint. Okay.
Quaint.
All right.
Okay. Oh, I need to draw
Yep.
something.
Draw,
Draw
draw a
that.
quaint village.
Yes. And this is gonna be really a
Yeah, make sure
We're
you show the
laughing with
quaintness.
you.
yep.
My happy little triangular trees are laughing with you.
Yeah. Let's- Yeah.
I believe that Control Z will undo stuff, and you can also like grab things with the arrow to delete them if you make something you want to change. But at the same time, I think, like we said, we're all understanding these are going to be imprecise little things.
Yeah, I mean, if we had been truly prepared, which would have actually made the whole process moot, because the whole reason we're here tonight is because Christian didn't have time to prepare. So yeah, I definitely would have made up a set of tokens to drop onto squares.
Yeah,
for
mountain
these.
token, village token, etc.
Yeah.
Okay. I think drawing is half the fun. Although
But yes.
it is
Oh.
also interesting that they have play by text rules where it suggests you use emoji, which I think is kind
Yeah.
of fun.
Well, I
Yeah, I suppose
went
you
ahead
could do
and
that on
drew,
Twitter
drew
or something.
a few houses.
All
There you
right,
go.
One is very weird structurally.
sure. Well, that's the quaint coming out of. All right, so it's my turn. I roll 1d6 to move, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. When I'm rolling, it takes a long time to roll. Okay, so 2 is east for me. And for me, I'm on the east side of the map, and so I will be the first to follow the rule which says that you wrap all the way around.
Right.
Kind of like a game of Civ.
Yeah.
So clearly
It's a
this
small
world is a
after all.
torus shape.
Yeah, it's just
We could call it's the world of Taurus.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a place of remembrance for 10.
Aha.
And I'm in 1-4. Okay. Let's see. One for place of remembrance. Um, ooh, yeah, okay. I think that this is, um, let's see. I just noticed and got distracted by the fact that the descriptor words are not in alphabetical order. Um, I think that, okay, so, in my travels eastward, I encountered spelling. Oops, I just realized I moved this to cover the map on this stream. There we go. I encountered a towering obelisk built on a hilltop. It is striking in both appearance and construction. Seemingly made of stone not native to this region. But clearly able to stand the test of time because the plaque at its base is written in a language that I do not recognize.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, and then towering is the word that I used there. And so now,
Draw that in.
Draw the obelisk.
well, yeah, I was trying to line out towering, and it wasn't doing it for me. Hang on.
Yeah, I'll do it while you draw.
Okay. All right. So let's freehand this. All right. First, draw a little hilltop. And then
And this would be an interesting game to play in person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, get some grease pencils and a grid and go
Heck,
down.
you know, big 1 inch square graph paper, one of those, big
Yeah, I actually have one of those.
presentation graph paper, and
Well, one of those meant for dry erase markers.
well, I know. See, the thing is, I make it permanent, right? Have it something you can keep around.
Oh yeah, like butcher paper, like my friends did when we played A Quiet Year, which is all about you draw this map of the place where the village is and draw in features as you're doing the role play.
yeah, all right. So there's the towering obelisk. Let me actually also just maybe remove some of that base on there, which is not what I was wanting. Okay.
Okay. All right. I roll to move. We get a 5, which is the same direction I did last turn, which was not at all.
So you're gonna finish this
Well, you
square.
add a second
Yep.
feature
All
to
right.
that square.
I'll add another feature there.
Yeah, and to use the interconnected rules is something connected to the swamp as opposed to just
Right.
otherwise.
Oh, a forest.
Interesting.
Um. Yeah. So
Well, I mean, the square can be a region, right? Like the forest doesn't
Yeah,
have to be
yeah.
literally
No.
inside in
Yeah.
the swamp or
No, I got it. I got
okay.
it. Um, a um, a foreboding forest surrounds this wetland. And it's uh, 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 dense vegetation, proving difficult to proving as difficult to traverse as the mud,
Well, that makes sense because you've not left the square yet.
and seem to
Mhm.
get out of this place despite uh, days of searching.
Not
The
enough pie.
My supply of pies is running low.
I think what's going to be interesting is when we start running lower on those description words, and we have to
Yes,
use
Gotta be
what's
clever,
left.
yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I need to draw in some foreboding, foreboding trees.
So
Uh,
here's a question: do we want just for the flow of the game? Excuse me. I think watching the drawing is kind of fun, but we could probably keep things moving a little bit quicker if we did each person's move and writing up while the other person is drawing. But I don't know.
yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of like watching the drawing too. So what do you guys think?
I'm fine either way. I want to get more stuff on the board, so let's play while we're drawing.
Okay.
Okay, okay, so then I'm up.
Yeah.
Okay, so first a direction.
Mhm.
And the direction I get is a 5, which is the same direction as last time. So I hop over to here.
Mhm.
Next is a 4, which means I get a mountain. Okay. Okay, so
What is
let's
this
see.
mountain you speak of?
Okay. Oh, alrighty. So let's pull up the handbook, and I am in space 3-4. So this mountain, worn by the ravages of time, this once magnificent, this ancient mountain. Let's use the script. Ancient mountain has leveled off from its prior glory to be sadly not much more than a rather imposing hill. The bones of the mountain are still there, but even mountains must bow to the inexorability of time.
Nice.
So I'm thinking like the Appalachians, which are much older than, say, the Rockies, and so they're usually much
Yep, yep.
rounder and
Yeah.
smaller.
Mhm.
So that's what
Yep.
that's what I'm going with.
So one thing I noted is that you just in you writing your description you used more than one of the words from the list,
Oh,
which is
did I?
okay.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
only first one
okay.
counts.
It just
I didn't
means
rea-
that yeah, what you pick which one you're striking from the list.
Yeah,
Um,
ancient, which is the first one. Yeah, I didn't even realize I was using.
Well, that's all right. Imposing is also on the list as well.
All right, how do I actually? Okay, so oh, there it is. There is the thing. Ancient gets crossed off. Yeah.
All right.
And right, and now as I draw this mountain, other people can. Next person
Mm-hmm.
go, which would be David.
Okay. I get to move to the south.
Mhm.
And what do I find there? I find a body of water.
Mhm.
is a very liquid map on this in this
So
area
far, yeah.
for sure. That makes sense because we're supposed to be trying to interconnect things.
And I am on 6-3.
Right. Yeah. And so here's an interpretation question. So these interconnection rules, it would be one thing to just say to connect to other features that have been established on the map, or does it specifically mean the thing that you just did? So, for example, it says find a way to connect the new location to the previous one, as opposed to other things on the map. Just so, in this case, it would be a body of water specifically connected somehow to the quaint village.
I can
Yeah.
do that.
Hmm?
Yes.
I think that's how I interpret the rule. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, ancient wide river valley with old river. I mean, having an ancient mountain as the west of it makes sense. So
Yep.
I'm hitting the theme properly.
I. After asking around the village, I was directed southward to the think that the villagers get most of their food from. Let's see, so this expansive body of water extends further than my eye can see.
Nice.
Okay.
So you chose expansive.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so then while you
Time
draw
to
that,
draw.
my turn to move. So let's roll. And so I got 6, which lets me move in any direction that I like. I think I will move south. And then 2 more d6. Oh wow, double sixes. So I literally got 666. 6 for the move, and then 6 for the. And in fact, oh, how great is this? 12 is ruins of the past, and
Wow.
to connect to my
Ooh.
obelisk seems like that's great.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's serendipitous right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is 1-5. I think. Oh, let's see. um,
I could see if my character encounters yours, and we talk of pie, it could be I could direct you to the village.
let's see. Let's see. The plaque on the obelisk faced to the south. So I traveled in that direction only to discover ruins. An entire city now desolate and
Yep.
entirely empty of inhabitants. How could so many intact buildings be left abandoned in this way. What could have happened here? Okay, and then so desolate is the word
Is-
that I'm choosing. Okay. Okay.
I'll you draw that.
Mhm.
Roll my move die. And I get a 6. So I get to go any direction I want.
Hey,
Hey,
Yeah. Well, rather than land on Christiana, um, I think I'll head west. And I get a 7 for the first time. Plains, fields, or small hills. Um, yeah. Since no, yeah, plains is good. Um, and this is 5/5. Um, Finally emerging from the trees surrounding Ugranok, I find myself in a fairly ordinary grassland. Um, Wild cattle graze this wide plain. Um, uh, Stepping around the frequent burrows of um, prairie dogs, I was able to purchase a meat pie by passing uh,
only question is what's the meat?
herdsman. To my um, chagrin, it was not beef,
Oh,
but prairie dog.
whoop.
And ordinary is the word.
Okay.
That's that, and I will start drawing.
Okay.
If it's all right, I'm going to slightly edit my last one to make because everyone else is doing narrative movement or at least like movement that I did. My second description did
yeah.
not connect with the other, just to show a sense of where the travels are going. So,
Sure.
so I'm going to slightly do that real quick. West. So like 3/4 is going to change listeners to west of the river, warned by the ravages this time. This way, it sounds like I'm moving. Maybe not as personal as you guys are doing, but at least it shows that I'm going places. So anyway,
I mean, do it
It's my
however you
turn.
like. You know, we're
no,
just
no,
kind
but
of-
I like that. I like that. It feels like you're getting a narrative story that I wasn't doing, and I want in on that.
Mhm.
So anyway, so I rolled a 1. A 1 is north. So let's go north. 2d6, and we get a 6. A 6 is a forest. So, okay, let's see. Oh, why? There it is. Okay, so that is square 3, 3, 3. So in 3, 3, let's look at the descriptor. Numinous. I like numinous. Okay. North of the ancient mountain, the light made deciduous forest feel quite numinous in its reflected green light. Sounds of only the wind and the softness of the forest floor were disturbed serenity of that numinous of that peace found in that forest.
So I'm sure we all know, but for the listeners who might not know, do you want to say what numinous means?
I'm I mean, numinous almost means like godlike, holy, a sense of a connection to the divine, a sense of a sense of connecting to something transcendental. So I'm going with that sort of feel for this, like walking through this beautiful forest and
Nice.
getting that sense of something beyond the world in the lush greenness that you can find north of the mountain.
Lovely.
It's lovely.
All
No.
right then.
I won't be able to draw numerous, but David can go and narrate while I try to draw a numerous forest. So God, what did I get myself into?
Okay, I got a 4 for my movement, and that is to the west. Okay. What do I find there? Huh, I found a forest.
Well, this is going to be a big forest, then, possibly.
Interesting. Okay. That
And-
is 5-3.
The forest. Happy little trees.
Let's see.
Actually, a little more like ruins than trees, but
Hmm. Realizing that I had no easy way to cross the lake, I set off to the west, where I found a dense but oddly quiet forest. I happened upon a dead tree from Earth. No. A lightning struck tree from which I could fashion a wand. And it was doing quiet is my word.
Nice. Okay.
And now I get to draw a forest.
Everyone's getting practice.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, my dice rolls, this is what I get for trying to do them both at once. It came up in opposite order, which I guess is fine. So 6 is, once again, I can move in whichever direction I like. So I think I will go ahead and move south again. And then for 7 is plains, fields, or small hills. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's pick a word here. Let's see. I think. Yeah, let's say it's okay. This 1-6. Oh, helps if I open up the editing tool. There we go. So in 1-6, after getting a bad feeling about the ruined city, I skirted around and continued to the south. Into a sprawling range of small hills which rose and fell across the prairie like grass covered sand dunes, or when the wind blew through the tall grass in waves, it almost made me think of the ocean during a storm. And sprawling is the word, which was one of these. I saw it. There it is. Okay. To you, Nobilis.
All right. I rolled a 1, which is north. And once again, I have drawn on the map rather than move my token. There we go. And I roll for what I find there. I got a 9, which is a place where people live. Okay. We're at 5-4. On the banks of, on the east bank of a lazy river, I have finally found civilization.
Meaning the meat pies aren't prairie dog.
Yes.
You think?
You think? True. Yeah. Just avoid a guy named CMOT Dibbler.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't make me tap the sign, and the sign says, contains no prairie dog.
A densely populated walled city crouches by the shore. With tall towers at its perimeter, watching for a threat no one dares to name. name for me. And the population seems to be huddled together for safety. Homes and businesses nearly stacked on top of each other for despite the um, say plenty of room for expansion. Uh, my otherwise melancholy mood. Oh, not melancholy. Uh, um, my mood is improved by the uh, fact that I'm able to procure several varieties of pies. And yes, the word I'm using is dense. I assume densely is just as good as dense.
Yeah.
And I will now draw a densely populated city.
Meantime, our Dragonborn continues his perambulations in any direction he chooses. All right, so I'm going to go east. Why not? And I got a 7, which is, of course, plains, fields, or small hills. Okay, so let's look at our descriptors. Unin- okay, so I am in square 4 or 3. So let's go with east of the forest, north of the of the wide river, uninhabited sandy hills, dot the landscape. As if more remnants of great works of stone gone by than natural features, the regularity of the uninhabited hills was eerie and downright oppressive. I almost wished for the call. So my word is uninhabited.
Mhm. All right.
Now I gotta draw some freaky
And my
helps.
turn
Yep.
to move. It's a 5 in the same direction I went last time. Hey.
Gonna.
Yes.
We have our first meeting.
Yeah. Well, and so what has just been established there is what the fields, is that what you said?
Hills.
Hills.
Uninhabited hills.
Okay. So,
Huh.
oh, well,
Farm or other place of resource.
so it could be that it's just something that was difficult to find or something like that. Like, you know,
Or
well,
there's other resources, could be a mine or
Actually, I have an idea.
What you got?
Let's see. This is
Actually, I should have
Um,
used
4-3, right?
mhm.
or 3, yeah.
4-3.
Huh. The description didn't update.
I see it.
Ah, there we go. Okay. It just decided to be odd.
I didn't like my rectangles because they look like a city too much.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna redraw these real fast as real hills.
As I tried
Oh, that's not what I want. I want free.
minor divinations with my new wand, I was told to be right further to the uh, west. Let's see. Let's see what.
Okay.
Um, and during the regular hills, I discovered a source of extraordinary crystal that is potent with magic. This may be exactly what I need.
Nice.
And extraordinary is my word.
Great.
Uh,
Okay.
There it is.
Okay. So for my move, 4 is west, which is going to take me once again across the prime meridian and the international date line over to the east side of the map. And then I rolled double sixes again. Got more ruins of the past.
Boy.
That is your theme.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I'm trying to think if it what it would could it be beyond besides another ruined city or ghost town or something like that. Um, let's see. I'm going to. Gosh, what could it be other than?
Giant
Just
fossilized bones.
Oh, there you go. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that
I
for
have
sure.
3 more ideas, but that's fine.
No, I
I'll
like it.
save them. I'll save them.
Okay. Yeah. So let's see. I wish that every time I opened this, it wouldn't feel the need to put it in front of the map. All right. Heading west from the hills, the grass, the rolling grassy hills. I came a truly astounding paleontological find. Well, let's see. First of all, which word am I choosing here? Okay. Uh, an enormous fossilized skeleton of an unfamiliar creature. Which would have, when alive, towered over even yeah, even the buildings in the ruined city.
Wow, that's something huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Um, I uh, I could, would I so daring, I could have, were I so daring, made camp ah could have, were I so daring, made camp within its eye socket, the eye socket of the Titanic skull.
Nice.
Uh, within the Titanic, within the eye socket of that Titanic skull. Okay, and then unfamiliar is the word that I'm using.
All
And I just figured, hey, go big or go home, right?
Indeed. Okay, I got a 2, which is east. So I go into an open slot there. But I'm surrounded by all kinds of interesting things. So
Yep.
let's see.
Yes.
Let's see what we get. We got an 8, which is a body of water.
Body of
Okay.
water.
That makes sense.
Okay, so I am going to draw this stuff connecting into the other squares so that it all kind of makes
Flows.
sense.
Yeah, we have that be the way to do it.
Right. So I'm in 6-4, and I need to use a descriptor. Ooh, okay. A sullen, blighted river flows from the lake to the north, filling into this, flooding the swamp to the south. Looking at its uh, um, obsidian waters, I understand now why the swamp was so noisome. Gotta add some more
That's a nice
descriptors
good
in
word.
there. That's a noisome is such a great word. I mean, it's such a great word. It's a shame people don't use it more often. Um, uh, um, no traders fly these waters. No tribesfolk uh, uh, um, travel its banks. Feel my skin crawling, simply skewing its turgid depths. I mean, there's so many more descriptors they could have put in that list. Um,
Well, I mean, like it's a one-page game.
It's a one
so-
page game.
yeah, I would
Yeah.
not want any pie I found here.
See that's for the
Um,
expansion pack is more descriptor words.
Yeah, and I'm using blighted, and I'll start drawing a blighted river
Meantime, I'll find out where I go next.
right.
And I go, like, I got a 3, which is
South.
South. So I go back to where the river
Mhm.
I started. Okay, so
And find a new feature there.
how can I grab me? Oh, there I am. Okay, so-
I can.
yeah, no, I got it. I got them out.
All
All right, so let's look at the dock. Oh no, I gotta actually choose what's actually there first before I look at the dock. And I find plains, fields, or small hills again. Okay,
Mhm.
that's fine. I can work with that. I just gotta pick a descriptor. Plains, fields, or small hills. That doesn't work. Thematically, so going from 4, so I'm in 4.
Well, you don't
4
have to
advantage.
retain the theme. You could introduce a contrasting element.
True. So 4-4. So I fleeing south from the hills that oppressed me so. I returned to the land of the lazy river. Instead of its shores, however, I went and explored. Please, yeah, it's a simple good word. I went and explored pleasing hills that were much less oppressive than the ones to the north. First time I heard the call of sand rain, I went to my knees with joy and happiness at hearing its song. So more hills in the verdant river, in the lazy river I had not actually named. But oh, I don't want that. I want drawing out thingies. No squares. And so it is David's turn while I
Yep.
muddle with this.
So, what direction do I move? 4, and that is
West.
to the west.
Yeah.
And what do I find?
Had the
3, a
The-
place of
the-
respite.
Oh,
Our
that's
first
Yeah.
one.
so in the forest there is a respite.
Yes.
So I think the only feature table that we haven't had yet is a wound on the land.
Yeah,
Yep.
we haven't had anything like that yet.
We've had a place of remembrance.
Yeah,
We have.
that was
Yep, we
the
have a-
first one that I did.
Yeah,
the
it's the obelisk. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Um,
Yeah. Well, and it makes sense that there would be a respite in the numinous forest or near it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
definitely. I just happened to miss it.
Perhaps you are not worthy.
Perhaps I was not worthy. I did wind up in my own little purgatory here of the uninhabited hills,
Hmm.
to which I fled away. So apparently, I'm trying to find something, and I'm not finding it yet.
following the energy of my covered opponents I stumbled upon a small temple to some unknown deity. Um, Let me make sure I have that.
Mhm.
Get a word.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a time spent studying picturesque carvings, the sense of peace overwhelmed me and fell into a deep sleep. And picturesque was my word.
Nice. Okay.
Now I get to draw.
Okay. So my my movement is 2. So east, which would take me right back to those hills that I was
You just
in.
left.
Bloop. That's okay. And
Bro.
then 5 and 3, 8, a body of water. Okay. All right. Let's see. What how let's see. Uh that's back in 1 6. Okay. So, back in 1 6, uh, after finding the enormous skeleton, I returned eastward to the hills, hoping to find more signs of that extraordinary creature or others like it. But let's see. Oh, I know. Um, what I found was a cavern that led to, um, let's see, a cave entrance that led to an enormous underground, an enormous cavern with a subterranean river. Um, the uh, there were fish inside with no eyes that had probably um, in spaces had probably never seen a single ray of sunshine, or for all I knew, even a single gaze from an intelligent observer. Um, from a sighted observer is kind of what I really meant to go there. All right, so subterranean was the word there. Okay, and then I'm actually gonna do a little bit of format pedantry here, where I'm just fixing up replacing the word that was deleted before we started, crossing them out instead, and so
Oh.
on. No, that's okay. It's fine. I'm
That was
just, like,
me.
yeah, no,
That's
no,
all
no.
right.
There's nothing wrong. I'm just
Okay.
like I can be anal about
Okay.
that sort of thing sometimes. Okay.
Okay. My turn.
Mm-hmm.
6. I get to choose which direction I wish. And considering I created 2 of the 4, I'm not going to go in either of those directions. I can't go south because that one's already full.
Well,
Uh,
if you would go into a square that is already full, you go to the nearest empty square.
Right, yes. But I can go, I think I'm going to go north. I think I'm going to go north. See what I
Follow
find.
the river.
And I get an 11. I swamp, marsh, fen, or tundra. Oh, yes. Well, clearly, 6-3.
Yeah, it makes sense that a
It seems
swamp
I
or marsh
cannot
would transition into a
free of this godforsaken mud. Once again, I have found myself trudging through a stinking fen. Let's see what kind of words I can pull up.
Is it offensive?
Uh, mm,
Sorry.
no, it's the only word that seems appropriate that's left there is no. You know what? I'm going to use overgrown. I'm going to use overgrown. And we are in 6-3. But to make matters worse, the entire place is full of brambles and pricker bushes. I have seen some terrible places in my travels so far, but this is definitely the worst. Luckily, I can village to the north is the only spot of hope on my horizon. I have eaten an entire blueberry pie to maintain my spirits.
Pie therapy.
Yes.
Also, Monday is Pie Day, so it makes sense.
And so
It
I will start.
is.
Yes, I will start drawing some overgrown, tangled swamps.
All right. In the meantime, I get to go, and I wind up with a 5. 5 is same direction I did last turn, so I get to move south into a brand. Oh, don't want to do that.
An empty space.
An empty space, a completely empty space. Let's find out what's in this empty space, shall we? It is 7. Another plains, fields, or small hills. Wow.
Well, I mean, it's a 7. It's going to happen a lot, right?
Yeah, it's going to happen a lot.
Yeah.
So let's see, what can I use for oh, and this is square 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4, no, 4,
4, 5.
yeah, 4, 5, 4, 5. I am right. Okay. So following the hills and river south, I came across windswept plains in the midst of a storm. Yellow and orange grasses nearly as tall as me whipped and whooshed in the air, giving the entire landscape a sense of being itself under siege by some dread elemental or goddess of the wind. I crouched down in the grasses. No other shelter. Very good. Elemental fury. Yeah. And I gotta draw some grasses. It is David's turn as I draw these.
My turn?
Yep, your turn.
Okay. Which way do I move?
Was windswept the move?
Yeah, oh
The
yeah, I
order?
got to mark that off. Thank you.
Okay. 4, which means to the west.
I am
And
marking out
8,
windswept.
body of water.
Oh, you got it for me? Thanks.
Yeah, don't open, no one open it yet. Just
Yep.
let me finish that. Okay, it's saved, so anyone can open it.
Anka.
This move is going to be a little odd. Is it okay for me to edit now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Mhm.
2, 3. The first one in 2, 3. Let's see. I am awoken from my deep sleep by my lungs straining for breath. Before I fully gain consciousness, my head breaks the surface of a small lake with a mysterious island in the middle. Used, I swim to it and hope I can understand what is going on. A couple spelling errors I made. Yes. Why not?
All right.
Oh.
Have you got it written?
Yep, and the word is mysterious.
All right.
Okay. Now to draw.
All right. So my direction is 4 west, which I'm back over
This
here.
is-
Which, you know, hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Because I went back east to see if I could follow the trail of the skeleton, and I explored
And-
the cave, and so now I'm coming back the direction that I was going.
Yeah,
And then
I-
1 and 5, 6 forest.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So I think, let's see. Okay, let's see. All right. This is 6-6 again. So, when after deciding that a deeper delve into the cavern was too dangerous, I returned west past the fossilized titan, to a copse of trees around small pond, small still pond. I made camp there, comfortable for the first time in weeks. Truly entranced by the serene beauty of this simple simple piece of nature. That piece of nature doesn't seem like the right turn of phrase there. This simple embodiment of nature's handiwork. And then, so serene is the word. Okay. All right. So I'll get to drawing that. Nobilis?
Oh, sorry, I'm drifting. Okay, here we go. Got a 1, which is north. Good.
You headed towards the village.
Yes,
Hey!
yes, yes. And there I find. Five, a farm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're at 6,2. Just outside of the quaint village, I have come across um, a secluded farm. Tucked away from the uh, in a few hills. The uh, family there are somewhat unusual in appearance, but have made me some of the tastiest custard pies I have ever tasted or eaten by they invited me to stay, but alas, my travels, alas, the road beckons. Using secluded. There we go, and I'll draw a little farm.
Okay, in the meantime, I roll and I get a 6, which means I get to pick at the direction I choose.
Mhm.
Okay, I believe in going to empty places of the map, so I will go west. Let's see what we find in this completely blank space. We find a 6, which is a forest, another forest. Okay, good enough. Let's look at our descriptors in our land of 3-5 and pick a descriptor. I'm going to go with something a little more alien this time. Rolling away from the windswept plains, swept plains, I found myself in the most unusual forest I could imagine. Not like the last holy forest. This was a forest not made by nature, for it was all of chiseled, that's my word, chiseled iron, rows on rows of iron trees forming a great expanse of this ferrous forest. There's some alliteration for you. I knew not what beings make such a thing. I continued, and I wandered through a path clearly defined, most clearly and easily defined. So my word is chiseled. I'll cross out chiseled, which I had chiseled. There it is. Save that, and then I will draw this iron forest, and it'll be time for David.
Now it's my turn.
Yep.
I got a 1, so that's moving north.
Mhm.
And what do I find there? 9. Place where people live. 2, 2. Hmm. Okay.
All right.
Finding nothing in the island. I feel a pull to swim northward. Feel a pull to swim northward. Shortly after I emerge from water, confronted by a strange person emerging out of a hidden tunnel. In reaction to the deadly spear, the person pointed at me. I held up my one and crystal to make myself seem non-threatening. This caused some excitement, and I was motioned to follow him into the tunnel. And my word is hidden.
All right. I'll begin my rolling.
Okay.
Okay, so I rolled a 2, which would be east, which would take me back to the same square that I had already been. But what I'll say
It's now
is,
full, so
yeah, but so what it says when if you move there's to a square that has 2 features, I will move to the nearest blank or unmodified space. And so, oops, I'll draw a little blue dot on my character's nose and
Okay.
move the up actually up to here, the corner up here.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, Taurus, after
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Okay, so and then 4 and a 3 is 7. So plains, fields, or small hills. Um, hmm. I don't know why taking a bite of a food right before I had to talk was the right thing. I think what I find is, let's see. Uh, traveling southeast from the serene little pond, I found myself among row after row of luscious uh, grapevines
Mm.
in what turned out to be the fields supporting a winery.
Oh, that's nice.
Uh, the grapes were plump and sweet. The wine was, um, I was about to say dry and mellow, but those don't really go together with wine, do they?
No.
Um, let's see. The wine was full bodied and um, well suited for my thirsty palate.
Try the wine.
The uh, vineyard um, owner was not especially friendly, but happy to take my coin. And then the word is luscious.
I got a 2, which is east, which takes me around to the other side of the map where you guys are.
Wow, I'm like isolated from everybody. They're all hanging out.
Not necessarily for long.
Not necessarily for long, but it'll take me several moves to
I
get
rolled a
anywhere
6
near
for a forest. And I am going to say it is a magnificent forest. I'm at 1, 2. Um, a forest of towering sequoias stands here. Um, Abrupt on the horizon. Um, their trunks almost too close together to be entirely natural. Some ancient forester must have planted them this way. And create such a regular pattern. I it is possible in some places to extend hands to either side, touch bark of two of these giants. Naturally, trails are impossible here. I must navigate by nothing more than wind and it turns out um, spinach pie tastes great with pine nuts. We are taking magnificent.
Magnificent.
And I will start drawing some magnificent trees.
Alrighty. Fine. I get a 2, which is I'm going back into it's 2 is east, isn't it? Okay, so I guess I'm going back to where I was. Not sure why, but maybe if I come up with a feature here, I can figure out why would I go back to that windswept plains. Because I found more plains which I need to re-roll. No, I found a forest. Okay, so let's find a good word. Oh, okay, so that is 4, 5 again. Fleeing from the weird metal forest, I turned eastward, looking for something more familiar, something less alien. Whilst on those plains, once again, I did find something new and of nature, a forest, a real forest. However, distant on the horizon, that's my word, it might be, it was not the metal monstrosity that I had carried steps away from. So my word is distant.
So my turn now?
It is your turn now. I gotta draw this.
Okay.
How do I
What
close
direction
this? How do I close this
Four.
thingy?
is west. I am meeting up with another. And what am I finding? 8. A body of water. Huh. Okay. Hmm. One, two. Oh, sorry. I was reading the just what was already there.
Mhm.
Okay.
I was just thinking that the number of description words, we were going to run out before we ran out of empty squares, but then I remembered this because a lot of the squares could have two two features on them. Made me wonder if maybe there ought to have been perfectly enough description words to have two for every square. So 72 of them.
72
Total.
of them would.
Yeah.
Well, no, then because then the ending conditions wouldn't be meaningful to have both sorts. Besides, you could very easily come into a situation where everything's filled with one thing, and then there's no empty spaces to go to if you are stuck with. I think it works the way it is.
Well, so I mean, right now the way it is that there's more than one way that you can decide that the game has ended, right? Because, for example, if we decide to end when we've used all the description words, there will also almost certainly be squares that have
Yes.
nothing in it, right? And that's fine. But I was just thinking about how, if you wanted to keep going until you had filled put at least one thing in every square, you're going to start having to reuse description words. But to be sure, it's also true that if you had 72 description words, then you don't have that option of a way to have the end condition, right? Because you wouldn't run out. You wouldn't use all of them. But see, like once the squares have two things in them, though, that's where you start getting to just go to where the empty squares are. So, so on that note, though, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 words left, including whichever one David is going to pick this time. Is that what we want to have our to choose to finish with, or what do you think? I mean, we don't have to decide. We can play until that happens and then see how we feel about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play and see what happens.
How's it coming, David?
Almost done.
Okay. Didn't mean to talk over you being able to narrate it, but
That's okay. Right, so what I wrote was, following another magical urge, I left the hidden camp to find the special spring that made its cheery way among the trees to the west, holding the collection bottle in my hand. Cheery is the word. Or, well,
cheerful.
cheerful.
All right. Do my rolling.
Yep.
Okay. So, my direction is 1, which would take me north to the square that I've already done 2. So what I'll do is I will go northeast to this square to 2, 6, and then I rolled a 2 and a 3 for 5, which is a farm or other place of resource, which is kind of in some ways what I just did with the vineyard, but that was fields, I suppose. But okay, so let's see. Doesn't have to be a farm. It could just be another place of resource, as we said. I know what it is. Okay, let's see.
A quarry.
Well, no, that's what I have in
Or,
mind is an apiary.
Aviary?
No. An apiary is
Apiary.
bees. Yeah. So,
Ah.
rolling north east. it occurs to me that like a lot of what we've been doing for connection is less about there being a connection between the locations and more just like a narrative connection of our narrative journey, right? Which
Yeah,
is fine.
we're role
It's,
players. Yeah.
yeah, it's the way
Yeah.
we've kind of intuitively done it. Traveling northeast from the vineyard, I discover that the lush terrain in this area, well, first of all, which word am I picking here? Okay, yeah. Um, where was I? Okay. The lush terrain in this area gives rise to many specialized types of agriculture. I never would have found it without the vineyard owner's directions. But the inconspicuous little house among the hills here hides an incredible apiary where dozens of tended beehives produce several varieties of honey. I picked up several jars for my journey. All right. And so inconspicuous was the word. We're definitely getting to that point where there's fewer to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I started to think of like what I wanted it to be before I had picked a word, and then there's like, oh shoot, there's not as many of those words that will fit what I'm thinking, is there?
Okay. I I've rolled a 5. I need to get my token out from underneath there. There we go. A 5 is to continue in the same direction I had been going, which was east. So I'm going over here. And I got a 10, a place of remembrance. All we knew about this place was that was a hidden tunnel before. Um, so, um,
I have an idea.
what?
Uh, the hidden camp is to do with the war, and maybe it's a monument to the war.
Um, well, hmm,
Or something. I don't know.
hmm. Um, okay. Um, some ancient culture has covered this valley in mausoleums from one side to the other. Most are simply stone um, prisms with brick up entrances facing south, but some few have um, elaborate carvings and gargoyles, as if someone of higher station was interred there. There are every stone is inscribed with runes with writing that I cannot discover, I cannot decipher. Someone wished something to be remembered here, and unfortunately, to me, it is an imposing necropolis. And my word is imposing.
All right.
Okay. I roll. And I come up with a 6, so choose my own direction.
Mhm.
I can't go north. I will go. I'm not going to run back to that forest of doom. I'm going to run south to a blank area of the map. And what do I find there? The distant forest in the Windswept Plains. I find an 8, which is a body of water. My first body of water. One I had a river already. That was my first one. Never mind. Body of water. What do I want here? Don't have any mountains nearby, so Tarn would work. Oh, okay. Let's look at our descriptors. Maybe that'll help.
Why?
Didn't we already use vast?
I mean, someone might
Not
have said
officially.
vast, but it wasn't the
Oh,
select.
it wasn't a thing. Okay. Okay, I just saw vast. Like, use that one already. I got craggy, rugged, arid, vast, and bleak left. All right, I will go with so that's what did you say before, David?
Mine was expansive.
Oh,
before.
okay. That explains. Why can't I edit this thing suddenly? Oh, get out of this thing.
Oh, I forgot to mention pies. Oh well.
You forgot to mention pies. Hold on for a second. I'm not being the little document's not letting me edit it suddenly.
Does someone else have it open?
No, it's just my Windows weird. It just opens up without the actual edit button.
Hmm.
Weird. Let's go try this again. Oh, okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, so I am in 4-6. Okay, so south plains and the forest. I finally saw the light of blessed water. Saw the sight of water again. Not a river, not even a lake. Instead, the smell of salt. Long before the rise, showed me that an arm of a vast ocean stretching out of my sight. The respite I had been looking for quite some time. I took a lungful of breath of that salt air, walked towards the sandy shore, hoping the fish were there. Oh, I have to knock off the word. That's my word was fast.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what direction am I going? To
East.
east,
But there are
which
two features
is
already
Phil.
there. So yeah. So you basically you pick the nearest empty square.
Well, directly south is one that is
Mm-hmm.
completely empty. And what do I find there? Cloth. A farm or other place of resource. Huh. Hmm.
You can look at your available words for
Yeah.
clues. We're starting to run low.
I
And we've used all the nice ones.
Yeah.
yeah.
And we've used all the terrible ones.
Mm.
Most of them, anyways.
Okay.
My dog has really soft fuzzy ears. I just thought you should all know.
Thank you for informing us. This is
Important PSA.
That's good to know. As I continue searching for the destiny I know awaits me in this land. I move south and discover a quarry. I built, carved into a
You've been trying to get a quarry into this game for like the whole run.
I've only mentioned quarry once. Into a jagged
Yeah, but you were thinking it. I could tell.
semicircle. I wander the effort needed to move such large stones before I move on.
Maybe that's where they got the stones for the obelisk.
Maybe. Mhm.
Although it's almost too close because that was part of what I described was it didn't seem like the stones were from nearby. But well, I don't know. Could be.
It's a craggy semicircle because that's the word I wanted to use.
All right.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Are you all set?
Yep.
Okay, so I rolled a 2 for my direction, which is east. Takes me to an empty square. I can wave to Paul. And then a 6 and a 3 for 9, which is a place where people live. And I'm going to say that, um, let's see. Um, what have we got here? You know what? You know what? I'm going to have this be, let's see, 3, 6. Traveling east, I found myself in an uncharacteristically arid region. And I had initially thought the area uninhabited, but then I looked up, corrected my spelling, looked up and saw a number of buildings and homes carved right into the sides of a large cliff. Hiking up to meet the denizens there, I found that they had chosen site so as to access some previously underground springs of clear, cold water. The view from their high up community was incredible. All right, and so arid is the word there.
Got south.
What do you find
At the lake.
there?
I got an 8 for another body of water. This is at 2, 3. All right. I have discovered the dormant spring that once fed the lake with the mysterious island. If it ever were to reawaken, the island would likely be flooded. I have decided not to take this locally apocalyptic but rather a picnic. Enjoyed a apple pie with raisins in it. So, a dormant spring.
Dormant spring.
Which will be very easy for me to draw. There.
All right. So in the meantime, let's see what I got. I have a 1. Now, normally we go north, so then I bounce to the nearest empty square, which would be here.
The east.
Now, narratively, do I mention that I went north, or we just?
Yeah, no,
Well, I
that's
mean,
just
if
a-
however you want.
Oh, we'll see. What feature I have that might inform the fiction, as they say. A 3. A 3 is a place of respite.
another one.
All right. So, what do we have left for? We have bleak and dragged and dreary. Wow.
As a place of respite, no less.
Yeah, it's a place of respite. Yeah, what the heck? Well, actually, I just have to use the word. So, I'm going to.
Well, it's supposed to be a descriptor of the place.
It is supposed to be a script release, right? I'm
Yeah.
trying to life hack this thing a little too much. So 5, 6. So heading east from that ocean, I wandered to unknown country until I came to what was once a pleasant, but now was a bleak and forbidding vale. My hopes for solace, rest from my wanderings, were cruelly and utterly dashed. I had considered going north from the ocean. And now, as I stand in this unforgiving, supposed place of rest, I would almost forgiving, supposedly, I almost wish I had. Okay, there you are. Oh, well, I got to knock off the word. The word is bleak.
All right. We're getting down to it now. There's
Getting-
only
getting-
what 3 words left. 3 description words left.
Now it's me.
Mhm.
2. That is to the east, which is full. Wait, east. Yeah,
Yep. East
both
full.
east and west are full.
Closest that I see is to the southeast.
Yep.
Yep.
Down here and seeing what I find. Wait. I'll just. I forgot to hit the 2d6, so.
That's fine. Looks
Yep.
like you got us.
12, 8 is a body of water.
More water.
Huh. Okay. What words are available? Rugged, dreary, bleak, and jagged.
Bleak is not anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought I had saved it. Maybe I did.
Wow.
Come on.
Yeah, it's marked off on mine.
okay. It just didn't update for me.
Oh,
I got it to update though.
Okay.
Rugged, dreary, and jagged. Hmm.
I think we're reaching the maximum that the that the interface can handle.
Oh, with all our drawings, you mean?
No, the text.
Hmm.
The
I hope
No,
not.
Oh.
I think it was just from people having it open at the same time and stuff. I mean,
the
it's
last line won't show up in mine. That's okay.
okay. I mean,
Don't worry about it. It's
okay.
Let's see.
There we go. We opened it. It's fine.
Okay. And further wanderings, I found a dreary trickle of a creek that flowed flows out of the to the north. Before sinking into the dirt. It's enough to make one reconsider their purpose in life. And dreary is the word.
Okay. So I will be the last one to get a choice of the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I got a 4, which is west, which would take me right back to my beehive land.
Yep.
And then a 3 and a 3 for 6, which is forest. And it needs to be one of 2 kinds of forests. Hmm. Oh, okay, yeah. Um, all right, so this is 2, 6. Okay, I know what I'm doing here. Excuse me, burp. Um, I went through the honey I had bought far more quickly than I would have expected or wisdom would have dictated. So I decided to head west again for more. But on the way, I took a detour to a strange scar on the horizon, which turned out to be a forest which had somehow fossilized to stone right where the trees stood, leaving a forest full of jagged stone trunks and branches where deciduous trees once stood. And that word for that one is jagged, which leaves just one word left for you, Nimbus.
Well, roll for my direction. I got a 4, which is west, which takes me to the semicircular quarry. It's our last chance to roll a wound on the land. And I did!
Nice.
That's incredible
Oh my
timing.
god!
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So snake
So we're
eyes on the dice are
simultaneously
the
using
only
the
way.
last descriptor.
Yeah.
And
We're
the last,
simultaneously using the last descriptor and putting the last feature represented on the map. Okay.
well done.
Well.
Wow.
Um. Uh. From a high point, approaching this valley from the east, I discovered something unusual about the valley that spreads out for me. The semicircular formation of stone to the north is actually the rim of a crater that encircles the entire region. This rugged the rugged rim of the crater is the only portion that only sign of this scar upon the land. There we go.
All right. So that means we ended up completing 2 of the victory conditions
Simultaneously.
simultaneously.
Yep.
Uh, uh, in chat, I've been just helpfully informed that Nobilis and Paul's name tags are out of place.
Oh my God,
you know
I
what?
realized this entire time.
It's
Oh
fine.
God.
It's
Oh, well.
fine.
I mean, yeah.
Too late.
Fine.
Oh,
Fine.
yep.
It is fine, Nobilis. I'm not going to worry about it.
Well, so it looks like we finished 2 of the victory conditions simultaneously because one of them was to continue until we had used all of the description words, which we just did, and then also to continue until we had at least one of every kind of feature represented and at least half of the squares are full. And we got 75% of the squares with at least one feature in them, used all of the description words, and now with this incredible luck right in the very last, or got all of the features as well. And so you know what I think we ought to do?
I would like to add one more of the ending conditions, and that
Okay.
is that we agree that the map is finished.
Fair, yeah.
Fair.
What I'm going to suggest, though, is that perhaps as a departing note for this game, we should fill in the blank, right? Greetings from, what's the name of this land that we have just mapped?
Oh, yeah. We
I
can do
think
that.
Taurus is good.
Taurus, yeah?
Taurus.
Taurus.
That works for me, yeah?
Yeah,
All right,
Taurus.
great.
Yep.
Greetings from Taurus. And in fact, I'm actually going to update it on the name of this little document. Not that anyone on the stream can see it, but
We should take a screenshot of all this and send it to the guy who wrote the game.
I will. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also I actually had kind of a purpose in mind for my character.
Okay.
So and if you so I'd like to share it for mine.
Yeah.
He was a wizard or a wizard's assistant who became a wizard himself and basically was lost in a teleportation accident. And he was looking for a way to get back home, or well, somewhere else at least. And my thought was this: if he found the scar on the land, the crystal, the wand, and the water from the special creek would have allowed him to do a ritual to find to escape.
Nice.
Yeah, nice narrative you got pulled up there.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I seemed like Nobilis, you had a thing for pies, which I seem to remember you talking about at some point, a character like that. But
No, this was just, I was just gonna make pies a
Look for
thing
pies.
for this character. Just, you know,
okay.
Just fun little running gag.
yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I will. I think that's a good idea to. I just took a screenshot myself. I'll probably tweet it out with the VOD and all. But yeah, this was a fun little game. Good suggestion.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you, Nobelis. As a
You're
lover
welcome.
of maps, making a map together with people
Oh.
is a fun thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I-
And so, just as a reminder too, that we this game was found through the TTRPGs for Trans Rights in Texas charity bundle on Itch. If you're looking at the VOD or the video here, you can see it on the link on the screen. It's not clickable, but you can figure it out, I think. And I'll put it in the notes for any other location for it. And in the meantime, thanks everyone for joining us for greetings from what turned out to be Taurus. And we will be back. Should be back with more Root on Saturday and more So Many Levels Dungeons and Dragons on Tuesday. And that's it. Goodbye.
Bye. No many levels.
Yeah.
Hey, it's available.